half to Sony, and he was in the middle of selling another quarter. What he's doing is he's holding on to what he's got, but as more court proceedings goes on, he just gets rid of some more.
Well,
so I mean, he's running out.
He just
That's
put
what I
out
was
a new
thinking.
album last month too.
I was thinking that that somebody was making him sell out. See, and,
Yeah,
and it makes sense. It's Sony, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, and they're
Yeah.
right.
And
Well, you know what you're dealing with there.
that's right.
I don't have to tell you.
Yeah,
You're in the
it's a big
business.
conglomerate. Yeah.
You don't know. You know what kind of you're what they're capable of.
Now you also have, I know, but times have also changed where that stuff that he did in, was that label in Africa or whatever it was a few years ago that never, I mean, it got out in other ways, but not in legal stream. I mean, nowadays where we have internet radio and distribution, MP3s and whatnot, you can post anything and everything, and you know, whether he's doing it for free or for profit, it's his works can still get out there. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to be represented by anybody but himself.
Right.
I don't know if he was supposed to be
Right, but
liquidating MJJ Productions, but I don't know if.
But I'm saying what would Sony go to get the rights to some Beatle material?
Well,
What means might they go to? Anything's possible.
Anything's possible, and they've already done quite a lot of it. They own at least 0.75% now. 0.75%. 75%.
75%
don't
of the
forget.
catalog is owned
Yes,
by Sony.
and don't
That's
forget,
right.
the first one to
Now there's-
authorize everything was Yoko.
Oh yeah.
She gave over all Lenono stuff,
Mhm.
you know, and then she realized that there's you know, a little more to it. She's putting her, you know, Yoko Ono copyright on everything, but it's still in cooperation with.
Sony.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's really sad that you can't own your own stuff after all these years.
Yeah.
You know, never mind not getting your name on something, but to never ever own it, that's
Mhm.
pretty sad. Especially when they raised the copyright reestablishment years to it's like 30 years from a short 7 to 10, and then you still have to, you know, refile and make sure nobody buys it just as it's ready to go up for sale.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like the stock market. You know, the main thing is you can still be big and go indie
Right.
and be all your own and
Right. A lot
own
of
everything yourself. That's what Hanson does.
a lot of the really biggest names
That's
right
what
now
Radiohead did
are
recently.
beginning to
They
branch
separated
out
their
into
label and
into
sold
their
it
own
online.
indie labels. Yeah, and there's
Saul Williams just had an album out yesterday that was produced by Trent Reznor, and it was only for online distribution, and it was like 15 songs.
What was the one you told
5.
me how many millions it was? It took. They were.
I don't remember now,
And-
but they spent untold millions of dollars on that Radiohead album.
Radiohead.
I know what your theory was.
and then put it on. It's for sale online, and you get to pay whatever you want to for it.
Right.
You make up your own. You already know about that one.
Yeah.
Right. Have you heard it? Did you buy it?
I didn't have to buy it.
Yeah, you didn't.
I didn't either.
Okay. You came by a copy somehow.
Somehow.
That happens sometimes.
It does. You
Uh-huh.
know, I mean, sometimes you plan it.
Was that due to your to the fact that you're in the business, or did
No,
it just
no.
come across your computer one day?
Well, it's because of some connections that I had years gone by with the business. Not
Mhm.
the part that I'm in now, but
Mhm.
the part that I
Yeah.
was in.
Okay. So it does come
Yeah,
from your
it's
connection with the
on
business.
publishing end.
And somebody says sent you and said,
Yeah,
"You got to
check
hear
this out."
this. You got to hear this. They spent
Yeah.
$5 million and it had to be mostly on drugs." Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what my theory is.
It's not as good
It's
either.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think of it? Did you give it a listen?
Yeah. Well, I do like it. I
Mhm.
mean, I like it a lot, and it grows on you.
It does.
They're capable.
does.
They're capable of some good
Oh
work.
yeah.
Yeah.
Always were.
Uh-huh.
Always were. But I think you have to sit back and think, you know, time's gone by. Things change.
That's true.
And it's okay that that's how they are because
That's now.
I mean, but that's not how they're going to be soon. How's
Yeah.
that?
Mhm.
Right. Well, see, that's one of the principles that we work with here, and that is that things are a lot more like they are now than they ever have been.
That's right.
And things are more like they are now than they ever will be.
Mbop. Another time. Yep. There it goes again. There's another one. Yeah, my father used to say, one time you do it, that's one less time you can do it. Unfortunately, it makes sense.
But look what a wonderful background that makes. And as the wallpaper project, here it gets to be the wallpaper.
That's
On
right.
my show, the
That's
wallpaper
right.
project is the wallpaper, and I love that.
And I'm recording this at home also.
Uh-huh.
So I've got.
Oh, and it'll
I'm
get
getting ready-
recycled, folks. We know. We know this will get recycled, don't we? Yeah. There we go. Put a little more glitter on our guests and what have you.
I'm actually really proud of the way this piece turned out.
It's my
because
it's
it
my
came out
favorite.
really.
Yeah. It's my favorite.
Actually, the end credits look really cool.
It's my favorite of the bunch.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's really good. And it's got a great soundtrack too. Now that I'm finally listening to the soundtrack, it sounds similar to the stuff that I used to do called Illusions of Banshees, and thought it would be a great sci-fi background, because you could hear the engines of the giant lunar rover or whatever, that kind of stuff. So.
Well, I find that if I work on something
Bill
too
with
long,
their
I
pants.
overproduce.
Mm-hmm.
I put too many layers of audio, thinking, well, my mind, you've got two channels, and some people even have 5, and I want to utilize every one of them and make everything different. But on the other hand, if you work too much at it, you can kill it.
Yeah.
So I like the way John and Yoko used to work at it, the instant pieces.
Mhm.
It's for now. Let's just do it, and once it's done, you walk away. Okay. If you want to play with it later, you can make a new mix, or you can
Mhm.
change around later. But that's for another version. What's now is now. Just do it and get it out, because that's when the happening was.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
I like to manage.
Do you have an extensive studio at home?
I have an extension kitchen right now. Since Marsha moved down here, I don't
Mhm.
have my studio anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying I worked on getting her down here for such a long time that
All
when
right.
she was putting it off so much,
Don't be
I
fussy.
figured out I used
Uh-huh.
that room.
All right.
Your pants are magic. I know if you've heard that before.
All right. Okay. Now, who's very literate and could read well? Are you? Is it Bill? Okay. We have public service announcements, or we have announcements that have to do with things going on. I'm hoping that I think some of this is about the. Okay. See what you can make of all that. Okay.
Lloyd Kaufman will be here at your TV on Sunday, November 10th. A 2-hour lecture, the Master Class Light, will present members with the insights of an independent film pioneer and innovator. No one has made more better films. More or better film. I don't think that's
More better
There's
films.
more
More
slash
better
better
films for
films
less
for
money.
less
We might
money.
get her to read it. How are you at reading?
Okay, what is this?
It's
Public
I
service.
can read good. I
announcements.
just can't talk good.
it's our announcements.
Okay.
You want to do the announcements?
Sure.
Okay.
Lloyd Kaufman will be here at URTV on Saturday, November 10th.
Now, who is that?
Exclamation point.
Lloyd.
Lloyd Kaufman, the guy that does Troma Films.
Uh-huh.
You know, all the...
Are you familiar with his work?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
A 2-hour lecture, the Master Class Light, will present members with the insights on an independent film pioneer/innovator. No one has made more/better films for less money. Learn how to produce watchable, entertaining films with very little money. This is a special workshop that will only happen once. Tickets are free to anyone who donates $30 or more to URTV. That's kind of funny. The class will begin at noon and run until 2 p.m. on Saturday, November 10th. 2 p.m. Saturday, November 10th, starting at noon. Don't miss your chance to meet and learn from the trauma master, Lloyd Kaufman. For more information, contact Operations Manager Jonathan at 828-255-8848, extension 102, or via email, Jonathan, spelled really funny, JONATHON @urtv.org.
Yes. Okay, and I have another one. I don't know if it's on the list, but holler from the front office. Tell me if I'm wrong. I believe that that there's a producers meeting Wednesday night at 6:00 right here for producers.
It's Monday.
Monday night, right? Is that what I said?
Here, yeah, it's right
It's
here.
right here. I'll go with it.
Producers meeting Monday, November 5th. If you're a producer, be sure to attend November's producer meeting. We will be discussing URTV's holiday wish list, URTV Video Awards, and more. The meeting is next Monday, November 5th at 6 p.m. at URTV. And there's one more holiday special, URTV Holiday Special. Happy Holidays from URTV. Isn't it a little early? I mean, we just had...
It's URTV's Holiday on Ice. Yes.
Happy Holidays from URTV. In the festive spirit of the season, URTV is offering all standard certification courses, including field gear, editing, Studio A and Studio B, at half price for the months of November and December. Take advantage of this holiday special to become more active than ever at URTV. This is the time you've been waiting for, so come in and sign up. Spaces are limited.
That's really great. Half price on. That's all workshops. Is that the deal?
That's it. Field gear, editing, Studio A and Studio B. I don't know if any others.
Half price. That's the deal. Jump on that one if you've not taken it. If you've become a member, but you've not taken the certifications and things like that, and you want to be like checking out field gear and stuff like that. What an opportunity to take the field gear class at half price, and then check out cameras that are excellent cameras. I mean, you could not rent that equipment for a day for the price of the classes and stuff.
So November and December, for those months, take your classes then.
Right.
You've been waiting on the studio, take it.
Come sign up now. All right, go ahead. Don't let me. Just cause
What's that music?
Do you hear it too?
Yes.
Where's it coming from? It's Jonathan.
I'm hearing voices.
Is it front office music? He's watching some other channel probably. No. Maybe he's playing CDs I don't know.
The voices in your head are telling you you're hearing music.
Can you hear it? Can you hear where it's coming from?
Outside, I think.
Outside. Okay. Let's see. The TV volume is all the way down.
There's like static.
And the DVD and the CD is all the way down. This is just. I wonder what's on the CD. Oh yeah.
I wonder if it's something next door or piping or something.
This is the voice in your head. Sorry about the music. I was bored. Carry on.
All right. Shall we do? I don't know. Well, no, not quite yet. Soon I have to set up for my final roll. But I'm going to instigate what I'm going to call the 240 roll. 240. No, the 420 roll. Okay.
420 at 540?
Yeah. I'm going to have the 420 roll, and I'm going to do it at 420, or at like 419. I'm going to have the 420 roll. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have like anybody who wants to be an underwriter or a sponsor of the show gets their little blurb played at that time, and then I'm going to try to run like I did today. Some of the trailers and various things will run at that time, and advertise maybe the Trail Explorer, because you said you hadn't seen the Trail Explorer.
Well, I can't watch URTV. I'm not close enough into town.
Oh, the Trail Explorer is really good. That's really one of our
I
best
saw there's an
shows.
article, wasn't there, in the paper?
Yeah.
It looks like a good show.
Then I have a bunch of footage that I've been collecting footage and trying to put up together some Anarchy TV, and I just never get the time to edit and stuff. Editing, you may know, editing, you don't just go in and edit. You go in and you edit and you put your whole project together and you put it on a DVD and then you take it home, whatever, you watch it and you go, oh, well, I should have, I could have done this, or that's not quite what, it would have made more sense if this, and so then you go back in and you edit it and then you take it home and you watch it again and then and I spelled that wrong, so I need to go back in and call that up and it's on and
You could potentially edit forever.
Yes.
there
you
be
could
no end.
potentially edit forever, but I mean you have to draw lines to a certain amount of quality. Like I know that you're talking about, oh well, you do it and it's done and stuff like this. But there are certain it's not finished unless this is right. Things on there, and that's my problem. But I keep going out and I keep gathering footage and I keep starting to edit things up, but they never get to that it's finished place. You see what I mean?
A stopping place.
Right. Well, the finished place, the place where it says, okay, this is finished. It's 30 minutes. It's a show, and it's Anarchy TV, and it's ready to go, and it's all spelled right. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start producing a few smaller segments, and run them as part of the 420 roll. So I'll bring in some of the segments that would normally have been Anarchy TV segments and stuff like that, and so the 420 roll, it's only appropriate. I think it will work well. At a 420 roll, that we'll have our 420 sponsors, and this will be a special segment. So and at 420, we'll roll a thing. We'll roll a few good trailers. And a little bit of probably a local band, and maybe an old band, and something old, something new, something crazy.
Curious.
Huh?
No.
And just a little taste of Anarchy TV, and let that roll, and that'll be probably a 15 minutes. 20 minutes at the most.
That's a good idea to break up the whole long show with a little block of stuff.
Right.
So yeah, and I like that you screened the Asheville Film Festival trailer thing. That was cool.
Well, that's a lot of what
Were
we
you guys
do.
in here? I think you missed that.
Yeah, I
What
missed
we
it.
do, we try to, serve the community at large. Besides just serving a little tea, we also try to. So, I was going to see if we could squeak any more out of those tea bags. I don't know how peppermint does, but it still had a big peppermint smell to it. So I thought maybe.
Give it a try.
Yeah. Oh, so what's everybody been up to? What have you been up to this week?
Oh, I've been working. That's it.
Working.
Oh, yeah, I can't talk about that.
Okay.
I do have a project that I'm working on, but
It's a secret.
yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it a government thing?
No. No, well,
It's just a secret until
no.
it comes out. It's you do want to spoil it.
It's something that I've never done before.
Yes.
I'm committed to film. Okay.
Yes.
Go on, tell us your secrets. He's turning the mic. Go ahead.
Because it's true. You know that I say it sincerely. I'm interested in what you're doing.
Okay.
You know that's true, and that's why I don't know how many times this has run as my background. This has been.
Is that a blob?
I haven't even gotten around to editing my own background properly the way I want.
Oh, really?
And this came along, and this is better than the stuff I was so far as I've gotten together. And
Well, it was worth the 78 hours of rendering.
You gonna come in real quick and plug your show? You want us to say the Glow Lady is up next? And
The Glow Lady.
the Glow Lady is in. Come on, no, come on, a little further in. There you go.
Yeah, or
there
come
you
and
go.
stand right back over
She's
there.
choking on a
Alright.
gummy bear.
Well, let's see. Wait a minute. Okay, there you go. Turn to the other one. Yeah. Oh, here, flip on number 2, like in the middle switch. Okay, now look at that camera.
Wow.
There we go.
And tell us.
Hi, I'm the Glow Lady. I'm up next, and we're running mad as usual. And I even came here early to edit, and I'm having a whole lot of fun. I haven't even edited one thing yet because they aren't working right. Even though Mercury's going direct, it's still taking a while.
We're just going to use this for the next 12 years.
Yeah,
No, it
no,
does
not
take
even
a few
12
days.
years. By next week it ought to be going. Oh, it's going better. Trust me, it's going better.
Yeah.
But it's still not the greatest. So I hope that you guys will stick around after the Mad Scientist. We're actually going to be serious today.
We
I don't know how to
will you have a quick cup of tea, if you will? Grab a cup out of one of the boxes over there.
I'd have to grab it and run.
And slug a cup down. Grab a cup
Okay.
under that hat. Maybe there may be a cup in
Do
there.
you want a cup?
Sure.
Okay, grab a cup.
Yeah, it's such good tea.
And it's a little bitter, but
Oh wow, I used to have a hat like this, and you know what I did? I actually glued the brim around it so that when I bent over I wouldn't lose my hat behind it. Yeah, you can tell I was still
the
drinking
big
at that
pot
time.
has some tea. It's got we let it oversteep. It got a little bitter, but it's got some sassafras root ground up in it.
Oh, cool.
We got honey here. Just stick a little honey.
I
in.
wanted to bring mine for you. I had blended up some tea and I totally forgot it. But thank you.
We have spoons, yeah. Very good. You're on it.
John?
Yeah,
what's
we're
the stick
rushing.
for?
Sassafras.
But what else is
That's
new?
what this is?
Yeah,
smell
sassafras
it.
Smell
root?
it. Put it to your nose.
Oh,
That's what's.
excellent.
Did you want some?
Yeah. I
I've
just
had
never
some.
actually seen the
Kim?
sassafras itself.
Tea, or I mean
No.
sugar?
So what are you talking about?
Let's see, we're talking about video productions and special effects, and then all of a sudden we were talking about the Glow Lady.
Well, do you know that November and December they're half price?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
read
we
the
just did that.
announcement.
We
Did ya?
just did that, yeah.
That is so cool.
That's right, and that's that's what a deal that is, because particularly at that even at full price, but at,
Oh, it's still
at half price, you like if you take field gear, you could not possibly rent that gear for like one day for the price
no.
that it costs you to get certified and use the gear, and to be able to rent a studio like this with these great cameras and all that kind of stuff for a day. No. It's outside of any of our budgets, you know.
And then had your own
editing
show
equipment?
after that?
And the editing equipment,
Ooh,
exactly.
strong, right?
That is bitter.
Is
Yeah.
it? Did you stir your sugar up
It's good
well?
though.
This is.
My honey. I stirred up honey.
Sweet.
You sure up your
Yeah, it's
honey?
better, it's better.
Still bitter, yeah. It was bitter. It steeped too long. I knew it.
Now I'm gonna have to go pee. Could I have a little bit of that?
Yeah. This is mint and
Everybody,
ginseng.
American,
Oh,
did you
cool.
hear that?
It's really warm. Do you want to add? You want to dilute yours a little?
No.
Well, it's like if they see me going like this on the show, it's not because of the music.
It's the tea, right? Yeah. Well, be sure and plug us on your show. Tell them
Well,
that
that is
you
way hot.
say if you're jumping around, tell them you dropped in here for tea before.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
So, what is your show about? I don't get to watch URTV, so I miss all that.
Oh, okay. Revelations revealing the truth of the matter. And it's all different kinds of topics.
Uh-huh.
And today's topic is going to be star children. There are children. It pertains to everybody because everybody might not have a child, but everyone was a child, is a child. So it's how important it is in the upbringing of children, especially in today's age. The children that are born today are way intuitive and psychic children. And it's we as society, all children are born geniuses. We as society are the ones who more or less squash their abilities.
Wow.
So that's what today's subject is. Last week was witches and astrology, and this is Cosmic Kim.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
I do
Cos-
astrology.
She's a psychic. She knows everything you think.
Oh no.
Are you thinking your tea is bitter? How did I know?
That's amazing.
I'm a miracle. Wow.
Much, much better.
Do you not have cable at home? How did I know?
I was gonna bounce in earlier, but it seems like you have had a full house, so I didn't feel, you know, I was like,
This was packed
you know.
today.
But it's like I better hurry
We
up
can always
because
squish more people in.
Well, I was trying to edit, and it's like now I'm just trying to import last week's show. I'm trying to get them on a DVD so I can upload them to the web, and I'm just having so much fun.
Are you trying to make smaller QuickTime files?
Well,
the
right
web,
now
or-
I'd be happy with anything.
Because if you go to QuickTime conversion, then you can make it in a smaller file that you can stream.
Onto the DVD?
Yeah,
onto
a DVD
the
or
internet.
Yeah,
She's talking about uploading
Right,
to the
data-
internet.
right,
data
That's,
disc.
right.
Not
So
a
little-
DVD you
little
put in your player,
friendlier.
Right,
but
but up
online.
on because
Right.
that's what I'm trying to do.
it's a little friendlier file.
So
for
what
the
do I
internet,
do?
What you need to do is instead of making a QuickTime movie, that'll make a huge
Right,
QuickTime one, and
right.
that's how you do a regular DVD. Right below that is like QuickTime conversion,
Uh-huh.
and that will give you a whole bunch of options. You can make it, it's got different sizes you can make it, and all different things. You just make a little QuickTime
Okay.
movie.
I have the tape in the encoder.
Mm-hmm.
What do I do
you
from
haven't
there?
you gotta put your footage on first. Capture your.
Well, I mean, I have some on that I was
Uh-huh.
trying to get onto a DVD. I have a DVD in,
Uh-huh.
and I have the tape in, and it's like, which
Got
one's
it
gonna go
all.
first?
Well, you can't do out of. Are you working out of Final Cut, or are you working out of the Windows?
iMovie, I hope.
iMovie. Yeah.
Oh. I haven't used iMovie. I don't know how it goes.
You need to show up for a month of training.
I know somebody was doing a training on iMovie, but it's like
Didn't you take editing?
Yeah, but I've never used
No.
iMovie.
Right,
I
she
just
uses
used Final
others.
Cut.
But when you went through training, did they
Yeah, but I don't remember. I'd have to
Okay.
go and look at it.
exactly?
Yeah,
If you're not
yeah.
using it, you don't.
Yeah.
and that's because it's I have
Is
Pinnacle
it
at
like
home.
6 minutes to go?
Yeah,
or
we
no?
gotta hurry.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
How much time?
Where do you want me to put my teacup? In the sink or no?
Oh no, just on the table,
Oh, yeah.
or whatever you want to do with it.
Woo!
But imagine you can't do both at once. You can't have
At the
footage
spot.
capturing and
Well,
be
maybe
exporting
maybe
at the
that's
same
why
time,
it wasn't importing because I have a DVD in.
Thank
well, I guess I
you.
better go. See you guys.
All right,
Bye.
bye.
See you
Thank
later.
you, for,
Thank you for the
for
tea.
dropping in and bringing all your glow with you. Let's see which is the better camera angle. That one almost gets everybody.
I like the other one.
You like that one better? That's because you're
No,
in the
but
middle.
I'm blocking.
Me,
That's
baby.
because. That's right. Well, look
If I
here.
lean,
Okay, well, let's see. Wait a minute. Here we go. Keep watching. Look at there.
oh,
Now look at you.
More of me. Me. Thank you for tuning in. I'm cute.
All right, on. Right on. Let's see.
Trick or treat.
Trick or treat for me.
Courtesy of, I mean, you can't have the whole bag, but
like oh my.
Oh, all of these.
courtesy of Cosmic Kim, so everybody.
All of these. Let's see. What else is good?
Do you have to run spots at the end of the show?
Huh?
Do you have to run spots at the end anymore? Thought you did that before.
Oh yeah, I got them ready to go.
Ah.
Let's get a lot of those. Here, pass these around. All right, I want all of these. Okay, let's
Oh,
see.
it's a whole
It's a little early to run my
Are you getting more?
spots yet.
That's
Okay.
it.
No.
You think I should just go ahead and run them? You want to
No.
see what my spots look like?
No.
No. Here we go. I'm going to do it. You said it.